Hi everybody, day number 3 at the mining investment event in Quebec City, and I am here with Kobe of Libra
Libra Energy Materials.
All right,
That's
there
right.
you go. And Kobe, so how's the event been for you so far?
The event's been good, lots of traffic. I'm situated at the MI3 booths, and yeah, no, it's nice. You know, people are always intrigued when there's a new go public opportunity because there's not many of them in this day and age. So.
And when you say go public, you're at this point private, but you're moving towards getting listed. So
we've been private since 2022.
Okay.
And we've decided now is a great time to be going public.
We're
being contrarians right now.
And if I remember correctly, your resource, your critical mineral is lithium. And which, you know, right now, I won't say it's at an all-time low, but you know, it's struggling.
It's certainly out of favor. I think we have reached peak pessimism in lithium. Now, the question you're probably thinking is, you know, why the hell would you take a company public when there's peak pessimism in the underlying commodity that it is that you're exploring?
Okay.
So I think, you know, we're in a bit of a unique situation. I'm a former lithium analyst. I used to be a sell-side analyst. Before that, I was a mining engineer. And people forget how volatile lithium is. So in the last 10 years, 4 of those last 10 years, it was the worst performing metal. And in the other 4 years, it was best performing metal. So when it comes back hard. But we want to be able to take advantage of where we are in terms of sentiment right now.
Okay.
So I think the sell-off is done. I'm no longer afraid to try and catch a falling knife. Meanwhile, there's a lot of distressed companies out there, and in my view, there's a flash sale on quality lithium projects. Our team has the capability of sifting through these assets and scouring the world for what might be world-class assets that are worth developing once prices turn around. So how do you take advantage of that right now? We are going public so we could use our paper as currency.
Okay.
To be able to buy up these assets on the cheap while they're down. And I think in a couple of years' time, we'll look really smart for it.
You know what? I would completely agree with you in the sense that people don't realize that, yeah, lithium on the market right now is low, but nothing has really, well, not true. Supply and demand still exists. It's just an increasing demand that's on the horizon. So what's happening right now, and maybe you can correct me, but I feel that it's just happening on the buying and selling of the commodity itself. And also you got the Chinese faction that are really, you know, they're controlling a lot of the market. So it's up to their advantage to keep that that ask and demand really restrained and keep it on the cheap side.
You're right. China is net buyers of lithium. CATL, most lithium goes to them. And you know, they produce batteries. They also have lithium mines. Now, lithium is such a small market that a couple mines coming online or offline is the difference between a surplus and a deficit. And that's why you can have massive price spikes in this metal. It's a very immature, somewhat opaque space. You know, tinfoil hat time, and I'm not the one who's thought of this, but CATL has a major loss-making lepidolite mine in China, and they're keeping it on right now. And it's making a loss right now on the upstream, but CATL doesn't care because they make their money on the downstream. So they're okay to accept a loss, but by having that mine stay on, and they're overall net buyers of lithium, not net producers, or net buyers of lithium, they are incentivized to want to keep pricing low. So if they can operate one mine at a loss, they are making more money because they're buying lithium cheaper elsewhere.
Yeah, it's there. It's like that. Well, that's the game.
They can only do that for so long is the other thing. So we're in a unique position to take advantage of this. Why? Because we don't actually need to go out and raise money. We've got cash in the bank. We have a deal, a $33 million earn-in deal with Cobalt Metals. Cobalt is according to their last financing, they raised 500 to 600 million US last October, I believe.
Okay.
From a unique group of investors at a $3 billion US valuation approximately. And their investor base includes Bill Gates's Breakthrough Energy Ventures Fund. So the people that are invested in that include Bill Gates, of course, Jeff Bezos. They've got Andreessen Horowitz, one of the largest VC funds out there. Yeah. They've attracted a very unique group of capital. And to my knowledge, there's only, as soon as we go public in the coming weeks, that'll make 2 Canadian listed companies that have a deal in place with Cobalt, the other one being Orion in Finland. So they've entered Ontario lithium scene through our projects, which is what we're incredibly excited about. They have to spend $33 million on 3 of our several projects in order to earn up to a 75% stake. So we actually don't need to put money in the ground in order to generate the type of catalyst and news flow that public companies need. We're also revenue generating. We're very involved in the exploration program, and my guys are out there in the field right now. We are paid 35 grand a month, and for a company that has such low G&A like us, we've kept it incredibly lean. We're very proud of how we spent our dollars to date, and that's quite significant. We don't have to go and do those keep the lights on financings that a lot of our other peers have to do.
Yeah, no, that's a big game changer, definitely for a junior, because you don't have the sort of Damocles over your head, always looking at, okay, well, we got to make it or break it, and that frees up mental space, like nobody can understand, and you can keep eye on the prize, and having good backing, says, well, they understand the game because they chose me, not the reverse. So in that case,
there's a lot of companies to choose from, that's for sure.
And they came in and said, okay, we like where you're heading, what you're doing. So that's a good vote of confidence.
For sure.
For your projects. And your projects right now are in Ontario?
Ontario and Quebec.
Okay.
The 3 that Cobalt is earning into are all in Ontario.
Okay.
One of them actually recently won a Discovery of the Year award for Northwestern Ontario. That's our SBC project.
Okay.
We found, I believe that in 2024, in the span of 12 days, we found more spodumene, a lithium-bearing mineral, than what was found in all of Ontario in 2022 and 2023 combined. It's an impressive discovery. And what's great about lithium is you can really gauge what you have very early on. You can't really do this with gold. With lithium, that you're looking at some significant tonnage when you have these pegmatites. That's the hard rock lithium deposits that are, a 6 meter wide pegmatite versus a 30 meter wide pegmatite. You know that generally width on surface correlates to overall tonnage. You see lithium mineralization not zoned in one narrow spot, but you see it homogeneous, spread out throughout large coarse-grained crystals of spodumene, the lithium-bearing mineral that we're targeting. Grab samples up to 6.64 percentile I2O, very high grade. Large crystals means that it can recover better. The point is that we think that we have something significant and we barely had to spend any money. So an interesting stat for you, by my analysis, in 2022 and 2023, when companies were raising a lot of money for lithium, the average cost of generating a new lithium showing in Ontario and Quebec was about $5 million in terms of capital raised needed to get there. And in less than a year, and that's over 2 years, so in less than a year, by the way, that excludes all the companies that raised a whack of money and found nothing.
All right.
So I'm being very generous here.
Okay.
So $5 million per one. With less than $2 million raised, and in less than a year, we found lithium mineralization on 3 different projects. So I think we've proven our ability to be very, very lean. I think we can keep the momentum going. And now that everything is on a flash sale right now, I think we can do even better.
Yeah, it's time to, time to strike.
Exactly.
You look, and it's not that we want to be too hard on the companies that are not going to pull through, but that's the nature of the game. You sometimes, you see an opportunity, you see a distressed company, and they may have made good choices, bad choices. It doesn't really matter because you're looking at the project and you're looking at your choices.
There's 2 ways to generate value in junior mining, right? You've got what I like to think of more as the alpha, which is the making a new discovery. Okay, well, we can do that. We can make new discoveries. We can do it on the cheap, and we also have Cobalt helping us to make those new discoveries as well. And then there's the beta, which is timing of the markets.
Yeah.
And hanging in there, waiting for things to recover. So, there's two opportunities for us, and we're heavily ingrained in both of those, both the alpha and the beta. And, in summary, why we're taking this thing public right now is because I worry that if we don't strike right now, I'm gonna feel like an idiot in 2 years' time.
Yeah.
If I don't buy up all these assets for nothing right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's always there. You don't want to be caught in that scenario where you're going should-haves and could-haves.
Yep, this is designed to be the ultimate counter-cyclical lithium play. Pro forma, we're expecting to have about 57 million shares outstanding.
Okay.
60 million approximately fully diluted. We don't have warrants. I've never issued warrants on this thing. It's very clean. 24 million shares are locked in. And what I mean is not typical escrow periods. I mean that these shares are locked in by the founders for terminal value. Okay. None of us can sell a single share unless we all agree on it or unless there's a real change of control. So the structure is incredibly tight. I'm riding this out for terminal value. My backers are riding this out with me. And we're gonna generate some value. And
I'm gonna say it really, try to be as PC as possible, but I think there's the difference between, the next generation of CEOs that are younger, that have that edge, that are putting their balls on the table. Just literally, I'm not here to play around. I'm here to look, I believe, I want to make it, I'm gonna make it, which is so refreshing for an industry that needs to be revitalized.
Absolutely, everyone is fast money 4 months in a day. And not to stereotype anyone, but younger people can afford to think on multiple commodity cycles.
Yeah.
And can afford to think longer term.
Because that's the nature of the game.
Yeah.
That's succession stories. That's okay, well, that's the next generation, and the next generation has to be aggressive because nobody's gonna hand it to you.
Exactly.
You gotta do it.
Yeah.
You gotta do it. Well, this has been a really good conversation, Kobe. I really appreciated you stopping by.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me on.
You can't tell us, so which exchange are you?
CSC symbol LIBR.
Okay. And so we're going to be following the news cycle to see when you guys...
coming weeks. Pay attention.
Weeks. Awesome. Nice meeting you, Kobe.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and comment down below what you thought of the video. Don't forget to watch our latest video right over there. Click it, come on, I know you want to. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!